Today, I wanted to talk to you about the power of templates and why templates are so valuable in your business and what they can do for you. We've all heard of templates. We probably use them in our business. I've talked about them a lot. Let me just briefly talk about the power behind a template. A template is something that you basically design the way you want it, and then you can use it over and over again. Now, sometimes people will do like a cut and copy or a cut and paste, so they'll use like a Word document and they'll just keep reusing it and cutting it and pasting it. That's kind of like a template. But a template is more of where you custom design it, and then you can just get into it and use it all the time. So today, let me just stop sharing this screen here so I can see you full on here. So today, what I'm going to do is talk about 4 areas in my business that I use templates. Now, I'm a Microsoft person. I've said that before. So I'm going to be demonstrating a template that I use in Word and in PowerPoint. You could use the same concept, whether it's, Google Documents, whatever it is. I'm sure that there's ways of creating the templates. So Word, PowerPoint, I'm going to show you also in Trello, how I use a template for that. And then the last thing will be my Canva. Yep. Okay. So I'm just going to share my screen again. And the first thing that I'm going to show you is, so here is a Word document. And I had customized it for one of my potential clients, and we had mapped out all of the different areas that she needed help with. A lot of the stuff is the same areas of business that most people need help with. So I created a template for this. So the next time I go to meet with somebody and I need to send them kind of a modified version of this, what would I do? Within Word, at the very top, I hope you can see it, oh, you know what? I just realized I need to do a full screen here. There, that way you can see it a little better. At the top, instead of just doing a file, new document, what we're going to do is new from template. And Word has all kinds of templates that will open up, and you can also search on templates. But notice here where it says personal. So if I click on personal, then I have one that I've just named it Workflow Template Plan. And then I'm just going to say create. And then let me just close this one. And now here's this new document. It's not a template. It's a new document that opens up, and it has all of that preset information that I had in there. But I've highlighted up here areas that I need to change. So here I'm just going to put my own name in. So recommendations for Debbi. And then pretty much everything is the same. The link is still the same. But then down here, for this particular client, maybe they're going to use a KARTRA calendar, for instance. So I could change this just a little bit. But the reason that I'm using a template is most of the stuff is the same. And then you'll notice up here, instead of the default name of document 38, I now would do a file, save as, and I would just name it as recommendations for Debbi, and I would put it into my potential client folder. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. With a template in Word, you create the template and then you save it as a template. And then when you want to use it, instead of just doing file new, you would say new from a template. You would find that particular template and then you would open it up. And then just whatever tiny little modifications and you're good to go. So do you see how this would save you so much time And again, you're just modifying just a couple little things. So that's in Word. Let me open up PowerPoint. And in PowerPoint, it's the same way. You could just open a brand new PowerPoint presentation, or you could open up a template that you had created. So my computer's a little slow there. So here is just a quick little template that I had created, and I've customized it with my brand colors. So as we look at it, we see the kind of the gold and blue and black all the way through it. And then let me just make it a little bigger at the bottom here. Scoot this over so you can see it. Let's see. You'll notice at the bottom of each one of these slides is my little logo. So again, it's just when I created this template, I added the things that I wanted on the template. And then, in the future, every time that I want to create a new PowerPoint presentation using this particular template, then I'm good to go with it. All right. So hopefully that's given you a couple of ideas on how easy it is. And another easy way is if there's a presentation that you had created recently, open it up and then go ahead and strip out the information, the personalized information, and then do a file save as, and notice here, save as template. And that's how you would save your personalized template. And then again, the next time when you're going to go create a new template, you would open up a new one from your template. Okay. All right. So that's the Word and the PowerPoint templates. Let me close this out. And then the next thing that I want to show you is Trello. So let me bring over Trello here. Now, whether you use Trello or Asana or anything else for your client management, or maybe you use this if you're an agency organization, it doesn't matter which system you use. But the nice thing is, again, you could create a template and then use it over and over again. So what we're looking at here is, this is what I'm calling the client onboarding template. So when you work with your clients, maybe there's certain workflows, certain documents, certain things that you do every time with your clients. So create a template and then just use it over and over again. So I'm just going to take a few minutes and walk through, excuse me, how I've set this up. So the first column over here is just basic information about myself, some software I use, things like that. I'm going to walk through each one of these. And again, you customize this however you want. And then for each new client, you just modify it a little bit. So, and I also, for my clients, I actually send them a quick little video on how to use the Trello board. So the second column I have for my clients, I call it my parking lot for ideas. And then the first card of these columns are just directional cards. So they could click on this card and know how to use this column. And basically, I'm just telling them, hey, anytime you've got a great idea that you want us to talk about, create a card and save it here. And then when it's appropriate, we'll talk about that. So here, I'm saying, okay, my client wants to plan out a new workshop, and we need to do this for January of 2021. So we could just put it there. All right. I have a column here for reference information. So this is where I would put any of my client details. Here's where I would put a link for our standard Zoom meetings, any signed paperwork. If my client is in a different time zone and I'm at reminder. I'll put that there. Any specialized information for them that they need to know how to contact me. Maybe they have a Voxer agreement with me, things like that. Okay. So this is just reference information. It's always there. My client doesn't have to worry about where to go find all that stuff. It's always in the same place. And then as I meet with my clients, we have weekly meetings. And you'll notice over here, it says template, client name, session, and date. I'll just open that up real quick. Each meeting, regardless of who the client is, there's some standard things that we do every week. We always do a quick recap or review of maybe any outstanding items, any of their homework, things like that. And then we talk about what's coming up. And we usually have 2 or 3 like hot items that we need to drill in and really talk about. And then I always like to finish up our session with talking about the wins for the week. And each week that we meet, we have a little card. And what's nice about this is my clients can go back and they can say, oh, I know we talked about something a couple of weeks ago. So they could go back to whichever date that was and take a look, because basically this is where I'm going to keep the notes, all that kind of stuff. Going forward, when I'm getting ready to plan the next meeting with this client, I can go into this template and notice down here, I could make a copy. I could also actually make an official template from this. So I'm just going to copy it because I already have it set up. And then here, this is where I would put the date of the next meeting. And I'm going to go ahead and copy the checklist. I'll create the card. And now here's this meeting, and I'll just put it over here. I always like to put a quick cover on the meeting so that they know what is the most current one, even though it's at the top, so it really stands out. Tasks for my clients. This is a column that any outstanding task or tasks that they get assigned for that week. Here's a column of things either that I need to do or things that I'm waiting from, that I need to get from my client. All right. And so I'm going through this. I'm showing you pretty much every client that I work with. There's some set systems in place. And so I use this Trello board as a template, which I'll show you how to copy it in just a minute. And it just makes it so much easier. Now, of course, each one of my clients are unique. And so as I get to working with them, they're, in fact, hopefully Liz won't mind. I'm just going to show you Liz's, just to give you a quick snapshot of, so here's like a live, but you can see, of course, it's really getting filled out. But if we go back to this one, that structure is still the same. All right. So I won't go through the rest of them here, but I just want to show you by creating. So I've got a template within a template, really, because there's certain things that I duplicate, like our sessions each week. But then when I get a new client, what I'll do is I'll come over to the menu here of this template. And I will just say, copy the board. And I'll, give it, excuse me, I'm just going to say new client. And then I'll put it wherever I want that board to be. And then I create it. I'm not going to do that right now. And I've got this template that's customized. And then all I have to do is go in and add the personalized stuff for that new client. So again, our focus is all about creating a template that streamlines your workflow. So if you're working with clients, I really recommend, whether you use Trello or Asana or whatever it is, that you that you create that backbone and then you just duplicate it over and over again. Now, the last thing that I want to show you is in Canva. And, you know, Canva is beautiful because there are so many pre-made templates, things to work with out there. I wanted to show you, excuse me, this is a welcome packet for my new clients, my higher tiered clients. Some of the stuff in here is standardized. So, you know, like this page, here's all the information, quick little welcome letter, getting started, first thing that they need to do. Then your transformation. So this page, I'll just zoom in just a little bit. This is an area that I probably would go in and I would modify it just a little bit based on what they're actually hoping to accomplish when we work together. So I'm using it as a template, and then I'm just customizing just a little bit of it. All right. And again, once you get these templates set up, it just makes your life so much easier. So, and again, you can see the system that I have in place. I have a new client. Once they sign, I send them this welcome packet. Well, let me back up. First, I just send them a real quick recap of the services that I think I could help them with. If they decide to move forward, we take care of the paperwork. Then I send them this welcome packet, modify it just a little bit, whatever I need to here. And then I go into my client onboarding, make a copy of that template, modify it just a little bit, send out the information to my client, and I'm good to go. So I hope that I've given you some ideas on, I mean, the list goes on and on, all of the different ways that you can create and use templates in your business. And again, the reason that you want to do that is, one, it builds in consistency. So, you know, things are looking similar based on your brand, all that kind of stuff. But more importantly, you can save tons of time by using these templates. And it just takes a little bit of time up front. And I always tell my clients, if there's something that you've done more than once or twice, try to capture that and create some kind of a template from it. And it will really, you know, speed up your workflows. It will help you to get automated so that you can save time and use that time for what you really want instead of doing all this paperwork. So I hope this has been helpful for you. If you're watching it on replay, make sure you let me know about, let me know that, just say replay. I'm interested if you're, what systems and what templates you're using in your business. So if you've got some favorite templates that you use, let me know what those are. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'd love it if you would subscribe. So hit the subscribe button wherever it's at on the screen. And I look forward to helping your business become easier. So I'll catch you next time. Take care.